describe this, instead of the idea of empty space in which there are solid planets, it is the idea of a space that is filled with a kind of gravitational fluid everywhere there would normally be empty space, and there are bubbles in this fluid. And upon the inside surfaces of these bubbles are where the inhabitants live. It takes a while to get used to. Nevertheless. You're all awake. Do
Okay.
continue.
So right now in my life, I'm going through what I feel is transformation of some
Yes.
kind. I've had an amazingly interesting roller coaster year.
How exciting for you.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
well, anyway,
Yes.
when you're enlightened, you can say that. But at the moment in my family structure,
Yes.
I have grown kids, 2 grown sons with me. I have a brother-in-law who lives with me, and my husband, and my 3 grandchildren.
Oh, all right. How cozy.
It is cozy. Now, I seem to be the only person who doesn't really fit in. It's like I'm at one vibratory rate, and they're all at a clustered vibratory rate. This is only from my perspective.
Yes, of course.
And so when I think about why I'm there, it almost seems like maybe I'm in the wrong place. Maybe it's time for me to go do something else. So my question was,
Yes.
in my energy, do you see anything that I need to know about?
Is there something that you've wanted to do to be of service to others, specifically?
Always. That's why they're all there.
Specifically?
Actually, I'd like to travel, learn more about what you're teaching.
Travel where?
Follow you around and follow a
Follow
couple of
me
other
around.
teachers. Yeah. Do more of that so that I can actually raise my own vibration. Like I came here today and I figured I would feel better, and I do.
All right. But is there some other specific expression of service that you feel called to do?
Right now, painting.
Is that a guess?
Well, there's several things. I publish and I'm painting, and I enjoy publishing as a service to people. I paint to help myself. I do
All right.
mental health painting.
Doesn't mean your painting can't also be a service to people.
Right.
And the publishing that you do, why is that exciting for you?
Because I get to lift people up and put people on magazine covers that normally wouldn't be on magazine covers, and look for good deeds that people do.
And is that something that you do within your family?
And every now and then, but not much, mostly with the general public or the communities that I'm tied to.
Why not with your family?
I don't know.
Why not explore that and see if there is more there than meets the eye?
Okay.
The kinds of things that you ask, the kinds of things that you say to the general public when you are being of service to them in your publishing business, see if you cannot adapt some of that questioning and information to dialogues with your family and see what comes up. You may be surprised at some of the things they may say. Now, it's not like you have to be vibrationally compatible with your family, nor they with you. And if you feel so moved to do other things that have nothing to do with that particular situation, and that is truly representative of your excitement, then by all means do it. You don't really know in what way fully you might be rubbing off on them, but are there ways that they are rubbing off on you?
Definitely.
Positively or negatively?
Well, I don't know. I'm the center of the family, so, and I keep saying I don't need to be the center.
What makes you the center?
Well, my darling, most beautiful grandbabies love to run up and see me first thing in the morning, and
Yes.
hopefully they want to see me last thing at night.
Why does that make you the center? That sounds like you're on each end.
Yeah, okay. My husband, I seem to be the center of his attention, and I don't necessarily want to be the center of his attention.
The
My
center
brother-
in a negative way?
Oh, well, no, just too much. It's like,
Isn't that negative?
I guess, well, it's supposed to be positive when somebody thinks about you all day long, but it's not.
What do you mean it's supposed to be positive?
Well, society teaches us that we want conditional love.
Well, unconditional love is the idea, yes?
That's the best.
Yes, well then, why not show them the consequences of their choices if their love is conditional? By doing what it is you need to do so that they can see what result happens from the choices that they're making so that they can actually be in a relationship with who you actually are instead of who they need you to be.
Okay, I'll try that.
You have?
I will.
All right.
I haven't.
All right. But don't try it. Do it.
I'll do it. So the other question I have is one of my spiritual guides Yeshua,
Define.
the person that we call Jesus?
Oh, you said Yeshua.
That's what I meant. I don't know the correct name. I only recently heard that.
Many of you will connect to that particular guide. So if you are attracted to it, then yes, it will respond to you.
Okay.
Yes?
And then the other question, because I want to be included in this one, what is the perceptual difference between third density and fourth density?
You may not necessarily perceive it in ways that others might, but the idea is you have more increased perception of things that were heretofore invisible to you, more capability of flexibility in space and time, more immediate inspiration and imagination, more opportunities synchronistically will pop up. Eventually, you will start acting more like a spirit as a society rather than something quite so physical. These are all symptoms of moving into fourth density, being able to see through the illusion, being able to understand you are the reality, that it's not something you're in, it's within you. Yes?
Yeah, so when the double or dual reality that we're living in finally separates far enough,
Yes.
is there a potential for some people that we love to be in a negative reality? Because,
Absolutely. They may
Okay.
disappear from your life if the vibration is no longer compatible enough.
all right, thank you.
Does that answer your question?
It did.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
My question is,
Speak up, speak up.
why is it that when I want to change a bunch of deep-rooted beliefs, I'm always feeling lazy or diverted or not excited enough to start working?
Because you have a belief that is diverting you. Because negative beliefs will prevent you from changing them. It's one of the things that beliefs do in general, is they are designed to perpetuate themselves. Negative beliefs will use certain kinds of negative tactics to divert your attention from changing them. That's how they perpetuate themselves. So they will call upon or amplify the beliefs within you that say, this is going to be too tough. This is going to take a long time. This is going to be scarier than I want it to be, etc., etc., etc. And that will suddenly allow you to feel as if you really don't have the energy to do such things. But you have to see through that. You have to understand that that's just a trick and a tool of the negative belief, preventing you from recognizing that the belief is easy to let go. It has to do those kinds of tricks because it really is easy to let go of them, and it has to make you think that it's not. Therefore, it will use any tool, any device that it can to trick you into thinking that it's more difficult than it is. And that's the feeling that you get, or at least one of them. Do you understand?
Yeah,
But if you know that that's just a product of the belief, if you know that's just smoke and mirrors, it's just a trick, it's just a lie, then you can see through it and you can act through it. Because if you really do want to let those beliefs go, you can easily by just identifying them and seeing how nonsensical they are. But the first thing you have to realize is that they are just beliefs. It's not a fact that you're lazy. It's just something you have been told to believe is true to prevent you from looking at something that is negative that doesn't want you to let it go. You have to see the trick. Once you see the trick, you'll get fired up. You'll realize that you have every opportunity to discover what that belief is and let it go. You just can't fall prey to the trick. You understand?
Yeah,
Is this helping you?
yeah, makes sense.
I know. That's how things work. This is another description of the nature and structure of your actual physical personality. That's how the personality is structured. You have to believe the belief is really real in order for you to have a physical experience based on that belief. Now, positive beliefs don't have to, let's say, work that hard. because they're telling you things that are true about you. But the negative beliefs are not. That's why negative beliefs have to work so hard and have to trick you and have to lie, because the only way to convince you that what they're saying is true is to lie to you over and over again and reinforce it with the idea of emotions and thoughts and behaviors, because what they're telling you isn't true. So they have to work harder to convince you. They have to use tricks to convince you, whereas the positive beliefs can be completely transparent. Make sense?
Yes.
So the more you understand how this works and the nature and structure of beliefs, the more you will find it is easy to discover them and let them go, because you can see through the illusion. You know that what they're telling you is not a fact. It's just a belief, and beliefs can be changed.
I'm working on a phobia that I'm carrying from last 20 years. Do you think it's a bunch of beliefs that are deep-rooted, or it's something else?
Again, listen to the way you're framing that. We understand what you mean when you say beliefs are deep-rooted, but the belief wants you to believe it's deep-rooted. It's not a fact. It's an illusion that it's deep-rooted. You are constantly changing yourself. You are constantly a new person. But when you have bought into the idea of what the negative belief is telling you, then the next person you become recreates the belief to create a sense of continuity, and you think you're the same person. You're not. That's an illusion. You can redefine yourself in any way, shape, or form you so desire, in any way that you prefer. You do not have to buy into the idea that beliefs are deep-rooted. That's what the belief wants you to believe. It's not a fact. There are only 5 facts in existence. Number 1, you exist. Number 2, everything is here and now. Number 3, the one is the all are the one. Number 4, what you put out is what you get back. Number 5, everything changes except those 5 laws or facts. Everything else is just an opinion, a belief, a perspective, and they can all be changed because they're not facts. They're just conditions, and temporary ones at that. Is this making some sense?
Yes.
So you have to catch yourself when you hear yourself saying things like, well, is it so difficult to let go of these because they're so deep-rooted? Right there, what you're doing is you're creating a spell. Literally, you're creating a formula, an energetic formula that makes it difficult, that makes you believe it's a fact that they're deep-rooted. This is false. It's a presentation. It's an illusion. It's an idea. It's a perspective. It's something the negative belief is asking you to buy so that it can perpetuate itself. You just have to learn to understand that and see through it. And catch yourself when you say things like that, because they're not empirically facts, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Hi, Bashar. Good to meet you.
And to you, good day.
My question is there any advice that you could give to people involved in both the animal rights and human rights movements, so activists who are facing...
You can be, in any way, shape, or form that you are excited to be, active about sharing the idea that you're all one. You're all reflections of one another. Wasn't this said a long time ago? What you do to the least of these, you do to me.
Yeah.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So the idea is not to, in any way, shape, or form, preach or put down or judge, but to really explore and examine the idea that the physical world is just a series of reflections, and that every single thing in it is actually a reflection of everything else in it from a different point of view. It's like a hall of mirrors, and each mirror shows you a different angle. Now, in physical reality, that different angle can actually look like something completely different from the way you look. But that's just the perspective. It's a holographic expression, a holographic experience, and every single thing is a reflection of everything else from another angle. So when someone perpetrates something against another, human, animal, tree, rock, doesn't matter, in any way, shape, or form that is out of alignment, out of integrity, is a forcing of something in that way, without respect, without agreement, without understanding, without balance, without love. They don't believe in the power of what it is they're actually saying or doing anyway, because they believe they have to force it on something else. But all they're doing is, in a sense, interacting with another reflection of themselves and just getting a symbolic feedback of the issues and the fears that they're dealing with. So if you can demystify this for people, really give them the analogies and the pictures and the imaginations that really illustrate this idea that everything is one thing and different reflections of one thing, then they will know that what they do to another, they do to themselves, because it is themselves from another point of view. Everything is literally one thing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and it absolutely aligns with what I know. And I guess in a way you've already answered it, which is when in situations where I may be witnessing some quite difficult trauma inflicted.
Yes. The question could be, as one approach, who has made you believe you are so powerless that you must do this to another reflection of yourself?
Yeah.
Yes?
That's very powerful. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And when you start engaging people in that kind of a dialogue, if they're willing to listen, which not everyone will be, but if they're willing to listen, then you have made some progress in injecting the idea inside their belief system.
Yeah. So just one last thing on that,
Yes.
because you made the point of not everybody will be willing to listen, and I agree with that, and absolutely it's preaching in any form never works. I understand that for myself.
Right.
So in a situation, for example, where an animal is being hurt
Yes.
unnecessarily in quite brutal ways.
Abused.
Abused, thank you. I
Yes.
wasn't sure if I was allowed to use that word because,
Why not?
I try to say challenge instead of difficulty and that kind of thing.
I understand, but nevertheless,
yeah,
it
it's
clearly
abuse.
defines what it is you perceive as happening.
Yeah, that's right.
Because what it is self-abuse. It's
Yeah,
the result
okay.
of self-abuse.
Yeah,
It's the result of being abused. It takes a victim to make a victim.
absolutely.
It takes an abused to become an abuser.
Yeah,
Yes?
absolutely.
So you can see the symbology in that and perhaps allow yourself to help them find their own true self-empowerment. Because when someone is truly self-empowered, they understand that they don't have to force anything on anyone. They don't have to be an abuser. That is a statement of fear of lack of empowerment.
Yeah. So my final part in that is how in that split-second moment, just your advice if there is any, could you stand and give that information if it's not able to be heard when it's hard to walk away?
Well, you don't have to necessarily walk away,
Yeah.
do you?
No, that's what I'm... Yeah.
You can get involved,
Yeah.
yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Yeah.
can, in that sense, take the side of the one being abused and simply say, stop.
Yeah.
And then if it is something that can be done, allow yourself to express the idea that if they're truly attempting to feel powerful, this isn't the way to do it. That this is an expression of lack of power. And the idea is to teach them that the greatest power requires the gentlest touch.
Yeah.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Because if it is powerful, why would it have to try so hard?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah. Great.
That's why the greatest power of all that is all but invisible to you. Because it is everything. Yes?
Yes.
It doesn't have to try to force anything on anyone. The concept of God's will is a misunderstanding.
Yeah. Great.
If something is everything, why would it need to exert any kind of will over it? Yes?
Yes.
Because it is everything. So everything that it's experiencing itself to be is exactly what it prefers to experience.
Great.
Because it can always experience anything and everything that it is. So why would it have to change one thing from doing something else in that sense.
Yeah.
But on the level that you're talking about, you can create more harmony. You can create more self-empowerment. You can create more flow. And that experience in and of itself is part of all that is experiencing itself in a process. Yes?
Yes. Yeah. Great. That's very helpful.
Is this helping?
Very, very helpful. Yeah.
One moment. Compassion, really allowing the person to know that you actually care about them, that you actually know they are a powerful being, that you can see that they have not necessarily been given the tools or the perspective to know that,
Yeah.
but that you know that. You believe in them. You know they are powerful.
Yeah.
And that you are happy to share how they can stop feeling so scared, so miserable. Because again, you know that those that express themselves that way are terrified.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
And that's why they lash out. They're trying to control things, but that's not control. That's just the way they've been taught to believe that control is. But you can help teach them what true power is. Yes?
Yes.
Because it takes no power to destroy. Anyone can destroy.
Yeah.
It takes real power to build, to
Absolutely.
create.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Does
Thank
that
you.
help?
Very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.